Okay, okay, powerful 100% of the time.
100% of the time.
Oh man, I hope y'all guys are doing well this afternoon. This is what we'll be doing every Thursday night for you guys. Beyond the Cube. This is going to be a host of things that we're going to be talking about. Okay, we might be serious a little bit,
It's like
and then we might
9:30.
talk about
It's like 9:30 at night. It was this afternoon shit, man. This is evening, if not night.
Well, is afternoon not evening?
Man, fuck
Do I
them
have to say
people in
night? Do I
Hawaii.
have to be politically correct? Do I have to be politically correct? Is that what we're telling me?
No, I'm just saying
Is
you
that
got
what
to
I
be
have to be?
correct. Just correct.
Oh, just correct
Just be
only.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, just be correct.
It doesn't matter if it's politically or not. Is that what we got going on? I
Yes,
mean, come
sir.
on now. I mean, I mean, I'm doing my best.
Yeah, if you look at your curtains, it is night out there.
This is true. Okay, I'm not going. I'm not going to take that away from you. This is true. It is nighttime here.
It
How
will be
little part do
nighttime
you
here
still
in
have
like 10 minutes.
do you still have a little bit of daylight?
Like so very barely. I couldn't read a book by
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah, we got we're getting hit out here right now actually by
By
it's not a
AIDS?
hurricane anymore.
Oh,
Damn it. No,
gotcha.
no, I think it's actually a syphilis that's actually
Syphilis.
sweeping the nation. Yeah, if I'm
Gotcha.
correct, I believe it's syphilis that's sweeping the nation. I think that's what's had a major uptick. Even during the pandemic days, all right? The days of the alleged pandemic.
Syphilis? Is
Syphilis
that
was on the ride.
okay? I keep hearing that shit.
It was
But
syphilis or gonorrhea. It was one or the other.
I ain't never seen either of them. You ever seen either of them?
What you don't go out looking for it.
You're
I don't
just
believe.
taking someone's word that this exists. I'm just done taking people's word for shit, bro. I ain't never seen it. I don't think it's real. I think it's some sort of propaganda to get you not fuck.
Yeah, but didn't they do? They did the whole. Was it Tuskegee? No, that's not Tuskegee.
That had something to do with giving
Was-
black people syphilis.
Yeah, it wasn't Tuskegee. What was it? Ah, damn. What was it where they gave black people syphilis?
Tuskegee was also a bunch of airplane pilots that were black. So I don't know what's up with that.
Oh, okay. Right. Oh boy, what was guys? I mean, in the comments, say, do y'all know what it was? It was Tuskegee experiment. It was a syphilis study. I was right. All right.
Hold on, we got people in the chat.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, I'm pretty sure we do.
Because we're fucking awesome. We need to have like 100 people in the chat. That's what we need.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. And leave a comment up there. We'll read it. We'll read it. I'm on multiple stations, but I'll read it. I'll read it live. But yeah, the Tuskegee experiment where they actually gave black men syphilis. They tricked them and they left it untreated to see what it would do. Yeah, I think they should have like eat your brain and shit.
I think it makes you crazy after a while. I had a cousin who had syphilis and went nuts in a fucking hotel room with a pound of cocaine and fucking tried to cut bugs off of his skin with a razor blade. It was really a fucking, or at least that's the story my parents told me.
Oh, was it? That's the story that your parents told you. I mean, oh yeah, okay. So Aaron Gismus, he said that they gave the pilot syphilis. Yeah, so yeah, that's what they did, and that was it began in 1932. Okay, that's when it started.
They didn't give the pilot syphilis.
Was it the pilot?
That's some two different things, motherfucker.
Is that right? No, that ain't right. Because we got the Tuskegee Airmen too, right?
Right, it's two different fucking things.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's see right here. All right, because I got it right up here. Said they were primarily sharecroppers, never visited a doctor. Okay, and so they informed the participants 399 men with latent syphilis and a control group of 201 others who were free of the disease. They were being treated for bad blood, a term commonly used in the area at the time to refer to a variety of elements. Oh, okay. So, oh man, y'all got bad blood. Hey, that's a pretty good one. All right.
That's the diagnosis that they had bad blood?
Yeah, bad blood. Isn't that a song? That's a song, isn't it?
I'm sure it is. And I'm sure it's a couple movies too.
Kendrick Lamar. I thought Lady Gaga sung Bad Blood. Is that right? Lady Gaga sing Bad Blood? Oh, she sung Bloody Mary. Okay, that's my bad. She sung Bloody Mary. Okay, yeah. So they left him untreated. That's what they did. They left untreated. Let's see right here. Let's see, 15 years into the study. So I mean, I guess you can hang around with it for a while. Okay, so they were trying to they're trying to track the full progression of the disease. Let's see, researchers provided no effective care as the men died, went blind, or insane. Or I mean, so they just straight up took folk out. That's what they
Yeah.
did. So that's your symptoms: death, blind, or insane. It's almost like a form of like rabies. You know what I'm saying?
What year was that shit?
That was 1932 when they started it.
1932, and it was the army doing that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, they were working on some sharecroppers. Well, they said they were primarily sharecroppers. So 399 they gave syphilis. All right, but they told them they were treating them for bad blood. So
How
300.
do you treat
so
bad blood? Do you give it good? Do you give some good blood?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, they used to give people all kind of stuff back in the day. Penicillin, not penicillin. They gave mercury. You would do, was it bloodletting? Cut you open. We're gonna let you bleed the disease out. Doesn't that sound like it's gonna work? If somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Hey, man, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we're gonna cut you open. All right, and we're gonna let this disease bleed out of you." You're like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea.
Bro, you need to stop being a skeptic and trust the science.
Yeah, they put leeches on you.
That shit still works. I still think the leeches thing works. I think they do that.
Do leeches work?
I think the leeches work.
Guys, let your boy know. Do leeches work? We don't know if this works or not.
I think leeches work. I think it like sucks some shit out of you.
No, man. Hold on.
I think so.
I don't believe this. Hold on a second, guys.
I don't think that's no voodoo.
What does leeches cure? I mean, I'm saying we want to know. Okay, this had been used for medicine for over 2,500 years. All right. Okay, leeches can remove excess blood and blood clots. Oh, okay. That's what they said. They can heal some wounds. I have seen leeches being used to heal wounds, to clean an area, to clean the bacteria from an area. I believe I did see that in the movie.
Oh, and they got maggots. They put maggots on shit, and the maggots will eat away dead flesh around a necrotic wound. So that's true too.
Okay, so the maggots will work.
Maggots work.
They'll only eat dead tissue, right?
Right. That's the whole thing. They'll eat the dead tissue.
Okay. So that's that's what we want. We wanted to eat the dead tissue. So yeah, we can definitely work it that way. So maggots, leeches, so we can use that stuff. I mean, I wouldn't suggest using it. You know what I'm saying? But we can use it. All right, if need be, if in a pinch. You know what we call it? If we're in a pinch, we can use it. So I'm down with that.
Well, it sounds like all the people who got the vaccine need to have some leeches put on them to suck that shit right out of them.
Oh, do you think that would help?
Well, it'll stop the blood clots, right, or suck the blood clots out. You know, I'm really disappointed. There should be a whole lot more people dead from this fucking vaccine by now.
Man said I'm thoroughly disappointed. Come on, guys. I mean,
it should be like in the multi-millions, and it's not. It's like, has it even hit 1 million yet?
You say the multi-millions?
Yeah, from people who die from the vaccine, because you get the vaccine and it clogs up your shit and you get a heart attack. Like,
come on, man. I don't know about that. You got to think. You might have had some placebo too. You know they did placebo.
Some people got lucky and got a placebo. Those people, man, they should buy a lot. They should buy fucking lottery tickets. Yeah,
they got a little placebo action, so that is a possibility on that. So yeah, guys, a little history lesson here. Tuskegee, syphilis. It wasn't all airmen. It was the sharecroppers, and Syphilis will make you go blind. So if you do catch it, get it treated. Corey says it's not real because STDs don't exist. But don't listen to Corey on everything. Listen to him on JFK, but you might want to avoid him on STDs because he will lead you astray. Okay, you're gonna mess around and your stuff gonna be falling off, rotting off. All right, you don't want that kind of drama in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because what's a man without his penis?
Nothing. You might as well die.
Yeah. I don't know how the ones. What was the ones that they call them eunuchs? Wasn't the like the Kingsmen would cut their stuff off?
Yeah,
Is that true?
I don't know what that was about.
I guess so. They went and banged the old ladies. Probably some of them probably had some old big ones. You know what I'm saying?
That's not good. Like you can't do that. No. Like don't do that for anybody.
The big ones, like the pole vaulter in the Olympics. I know you've seen that. Tell me you've seen that. The French pole vaulter that hit his junk on his dance.
Bro, they had
would have cleared it.
They had his junk moving in like slow motion all over the fucking news and stuff. It was hilarious.
Yeah, he would have definitely cleared it if it wasn't for his junk. If it was not for his penis, he would have cleared it. It's like, damn, boy, that's a way to get tripped up. But hey, what's good news for him?
Did the thing get knocked off? Did the bar get knocked off? Okay, I don't remember that.
He hit the bar. The bar got knocked off. He made it over it, and then boy, that package caught a hold of it. Man had a package on him now.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Some people might say that's a loss, but I'd say that's a fucking win.
That's a win in your book.
Mm-hmm. All he has to do is go back home to whatever country he's from. Where is he from? Like Norway or Sweden or some fucking one of those weird white people countries. And get a welcome home and have him replay the video in front of the whole country and give him a medal and stuff at home. That's what they need to do for that guy.
Weird white people country.
Yeah, like those weird transparent white people. They're so far up north, they're transparent.
Vampiric. Oh, they're vampiric in nature. Yeah. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, vampiric, you can be from Romania, which is further south, but man, them people from way up north, the ones that you can practically see through, man, they're fucking weird. Their language is all fucking weird. It's all primal white people and shit.
Oh, okay. Primal. I like that. It said primal white people. Now Anthony Amorati, that's his name. He did get a $250,000 offer from an adult website afterwards.
Really?
So he does. Yeah. So he does got job offers.
That's good.
Yeah, he's got job offers.
It's good to have a fallback.
Yeah. So he can. He said, "Look, my Olympic career may be over, but I can jump right into the industry." You know what I'm saying? Without no holdups. But stuff like this happens all the time. You know what I'm saying? It usually happens to women, not so much men. Women usually get called up to come into the industry, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, they seen that and they were like, "Oh, do you know how? I mean, are you afraid of cameras, bright lights?" Performing in public, it's like these are really personal questions you asking me, and I don't know how safe I feel at the moment. You know what I'm saying as far as answering these. But yeah, Mr. Amorati, we wish him the best. Okay, him and his face. Look, most women actually they say they don't like them when they're that big. That's what they say. Say it's they say that's vacation dick.
It's vacation dick.
Yeah. That's not relationship. That's not like something that they want to have to deal with all the time. So it's like spring break. It's like Cancun dick.
I don't know about that. I don't have a perspective on that at all.
Just let you know. I mean, this is what I mean. This is the rumblings that I've seen throughout the interweb. All right.
I don't believe that, man. I've seen porn, and those chicks like it big. Okay, so I don't want to hear nothing about it.
Oh my god, man!
As we all know, that's exactly how all women are, is what you see in the porn, right?
It's that it to a T. Oh man, that's horrendous, but I'm trying to tell you right now. So I'm gonna jump over here right quick and take a look. Did you see Eddie Griffin roast Kamala?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good right here. I'm gonna bring it up on it's on the TikTok. I'm gonna show this to everybody. Here we go. You can see this up on the screen, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
You can see it right now, can't you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So I'm gonna let this thing play out.
Reproductive rights are on the line. Our Supreme Court is on the line. Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam VP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets, and let me.
You're lying.
In these streets?
All of a sudden, you black again because it's election season. They need a nigga. So, I'm out in these streets. What streets are you in? Huh? What streets? You out in the streets with your white husband, huh? The streets. Yeah, because you harder and still getting harder. Now, BP, you understand me? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm out in these streets. You know what I mean? I'm a hustler, supreme. I'm in the streets, goddammit. I'm hitting the pavement, agitating the gravel. You know what I'm saying? I'm kicking rocks like a motherfucker.
Streets. And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji. There is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they're not like us.
No, they not.
Yeah, look at this bitch. They not like us. Kendrick, kick her in the head. Kick her in the head for even using your goddamn legs. They not like you. Ain't like us either, bitch. Well, how about that? Hold on. They will take anything and use it as a slogan to try to get them votes, boy. Then they try to this black bitch out and turn her into a nigga once again. That's how he won the last time. Got the black vote because they got the black woman. But this bitch, she ain't black at all. I don't know what she is, but you think she ain't no nigga. I know that much. Yeah, she got a white husband because she's so black. She's so down with us that she married a white boy. Like a majority of these mayors and female senators that are black, all of them got white husbands.
Oh boy, that was pretty good right there. That's pretty good. But of course, you've seen that she picked Waltz, Minnesota.
Yeah, I never heard of this fucking guy before.
Come on, man. You had to have, man. He started the snitch hotline and everything, man.
You say that like it's particular to this fucking loser douchebag, whereas I would associate that with any one of these fucking leftist communists. So his name doesn't jump off the page as anything particular. Yeah, I mean, other than having been the governor of a state that got ravaged by riots, which happened in a dozen states. And so I wasn't really up on that. But here's the thing. I was going to bet $1 million that she was going to pick Buttigieg. But number one, his his name sucks to say, and he's gay. So fuck that guy. And so I think they realized that was a bridge too far, right? And so, but I ain't never heard of this guy. And I guess he did some fucked up shit, like had a DUI and a bunch of other shit. Somebody along the lines here was banging the babysitter. Who was banging the babysitter? You heard about that?
Oh no, that's yeah. We're gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna bring that up right here shortly. But let me play this right here because let me just play it. I'm just gonna let it ride. Let me let this play out.
Some of us in here are old enough to remember. I see you down there. I see those old white guys. Some of us are old enough to remember when it was Republicans who were talking about freedom. It turns out now what they meant was the government should be free to invade your doctor's office. In Minnesota, we respect our neighbors and their personal choices that they make. Even if we wouldn't make the same choice for ourselves, there's a golden rule. Mind your own damn business.
Okay. I mean, this is the guy who said, mind your own damn business. Okay. Now, that's what he said. All right, Corey? And this is the same guy who also created the snitch hotline. The snitch on people who were not following the quote-unquote rules for the disease that should not be named.
Well, you are seemingly forgetting that he is speaking in a language that everything that he said is completely true. Because when you are a politician, you have to apply this kind of algorithmic pattern to your verbal diarrhea that is one thing on Monday and something else on Tuesday, right? So this follows a perfectly logical pattern that all politicians seem to follow. So I'm not surprised by his outright contradictions from what he said just, a short time ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And people are not really banging on him about that and about, allowing rioters to, do $500 million worth of damages and, hold off the National Guard and everything from stopping them from pretty much destroying people's livelihoods. I mean, don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? They're mad right now, so we got to let it ride. But they're actually talking about him, quote unquote, leaving his platoon hanging. Obviously, he was in the military.
He's a traitor and a deserter.
Early 2000s, and supposedly he left his allegedly he left his platoon hanging.
So did he never actually get on a plane and go overseas? Did that never happen?
Well, you see, I'm not 100% sure on that. You see, we got a little.
What I saw was he was allegedly involved in the early stages of Operation Enduring Freedom. Now, my question is, when they say early stages, does that mean when they were thinking it up stage and he was still in America? Does that include that stage? Does it include the stages when they figured it out and wrote it up on paper and then told him about it, and then 2 weeks later they went overseas? Is that part of the early stages? Because that sounds like that's what I'm suspecting. Let me say that much. I'm suspecting that early stages is everything that happened in America in regards to that before they actually went overseas. Because he looks like a big fat fucking pussy who probably would have gone to Canada if he could.
Man said he would have went to Canada. Come on now. Man said he would have fled.
Let's just say Bill Clinton did.
Tucked betwixt legs. Tail tucked betwixt legs. But yeah, so Waltz is the guy. This is the guy that she chose. And I'm gonna actually bring up his hotline that he had created. Because he did have a hotline created. So I mean, there's some good stuff up here on this. With the snitch hotline. Now, he wasn't the only one, okay? So he can't be completely forsaken. Gavin Newsom did something similar to this. I think a couple of the governors did it as well. This was during the dark years. That's what I want to call them, okay? 2020 to 2022. Those were the dark years, okay?
Those were pretty dark years, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I gotta say, I was really lucky though that during those years I wasn't subject really to any harsh lockdowns anywhere I was. I mean, a bunch of businesses closed when I was out in Vegas, but I didn't have a job to which I had to submit to getting the vaccine or any of that stuff. So that was really good.
Yeah, which is good because that would have been horrendous. But this is his snitch hotline right here. Okay. Now this is the guy who said mind your own damn business. Now we just heard him a second ago. Mind your own damn business. But here we go, snitch hotline.
Hello, you have reached the Department of Public Safety stay-at-home hotline. The information you leave is considered public information. At the tone, please leave the following information: your name, your callback number, how the stay-at-home order is being violated, and where the stay-at-home order was violated. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
I mean, so straight up, you know what I'm saying? Let us know where it happened. Okay, when it happened, people who were involved. All right, so we can use the force of the law to come and rain down on their parade.
This is the thing. During that whole time period, during COVID, there was so much nonsensical decrees going on that were just unbelievable. So when the cops show up at your house, this is the thing. If the cops have grounds to arrest you, even the slightest, they're going to. Period. So if they come to your door and you go, eat a dick, if they have grounds to arrest you and want to arrest you, they're going to do it. If not, there's nothing they can do if you just close the door on them. And so I don't really understand so many of the things that were said, like stay-at-home orders. Stay at home or fucking what? Or what?
And they're going to kick your ass, man.
There were only a handful of places. See, where they got you was with the vaccine passports and you can't come into my restaurant unless you've had 3 shots. That kind of stuff was probably illegal somewhere, but it seemed to be somewhat legal-ish, but skirting ethical concerns,
Right.
Anybody who took part in that, any leader who went along with that, obviously should be killed. I mean, gone through the traitorous court system and found guilty and then hung, obviously, on, pay-per-view.
On pay-per-view. That's pretty good. Man said do it live. They said we're gonna do it live. You know what I'm saying? They said we ain't missing no corners. We're gonna do it live. But yeah, that's Tim Waltz. That's the guy that was chose. A lot of people were saying that she should have chose Josh Shapiro. Josh Shapiro was the guy from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, the Jew from Pennsylvania. You mean?
Yes. We appreciate you, Corey, for helping us out there.
Yeah.
Corey, I know what you meant to say, so I'll say it for you. You meant the Jew from Pennsylvania. Yes.
So
the Jewish guy.
This is what I kind of observed over the past week in regards to him. There was no official announcement, but then there was a campaign video that had some black lady at a podium saying, and it's our own Josh Shapiro for vice president. And that leaked, I guess, earlier than it was supposed to. And I feel like he was the one that got picked. But because of that leaked video, they had no choice but to pick somebody else. Like, I think that video leaking early forced their hand, and especially based on the criticism, they had to find someone else. But here's another thing. I don't for a split second believe ever in the future, period, that you will see a Jew within, a couple positions of the presidency. They won't ever let a Jew overtly be president. We've already had a couple. We've had Lincoln and we've had Lyndon Johnson. And they were both covert Jews, right? And so they have enough control of the government. They don't need to have a Jew in the presidency who would just be a puppet anyway, like Kamala or Joe Biden, right? And so it always looks better for them if it's not a Jew. Always. And so I don't see them ever letting a Jew within maybe Speaker of the House, and that's as close as they're going to get.
So no closer than that.
No, never gonna happen. And if it does, it's because they're fucking retarded and they don't see what the new people are forgetting. They're losing the plot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I mean, that could be the case.
These Jews can hire me for consultation. I'll tell them what they should be doing if they want to take over the world correctly.
It said, look, guys, y'all just heard that, didn't you? I mean, man, that's some bad stuff, man. It's if y'all want to understand how to do this correctly, just call me up, all right? I've been working on a few things here, okay? Been working on a few things. But yeah, so Tim Waltz, there's a lot of people who got a little backlash on her picking him just because he has, well, actually because they're worried about Pennsylvania, about losing Pennsylvania. That's what
he was the one who
that's the main thing.
He wants the tranny surgery for kids, right? He's one of those people.
Yes. Yeah, he put the tampons in boys' bathrooms. Yeah.
He's probably one of these closeted homosexual guys who couldn't wait for the woke ideology and some big money backers to come along. He seems like one of these guys who does whatever the party wants for money, you know? So.
Yeah, and that could in fact be the case.
But he's a hollow shell of a man and a politician, you know. So at least back in the day when you had politicians on the other side that you didn't like, at least they had some substance. Like these guys don't even have any substance today. Kamala has no substance. This fucking asshole has no substance. Biden has a slight glimmer of substance that once was. But none of these new waves of woke faggot politicians have like any kind of. They don't leave any impression at all. I don't know. Like they're just hollow shells of fucking once human beings.
They once were human, but look, this is Tim Waltz right here. I mean, he just lets you know when he's having a tough day. You know what he does. So.
Something I'll never get tired of saying. I think all of you, Congresswoman Omar, wonder. When I'm having a tough day or I'm out on about mile 5 of my run and I'm feeling kind of down and the world's pressing on me, I think Ilhan Omar's a congresswoman and it just brightens you up. So thank you.
Do you get the same feeling when you're down, Corey?
No, he's a panderer. And I'm convinced that all of these woke lefties are just like the epitome of what they claim to not be. And that's why they're so adamantly against it. You know, like they're the opposite of what they push because of some weird feelings of guilt or something. Like they're the ones that are fucking racist and hate black people. And so they're the ones that push all kinds of stuff for DEI. Right. So that's kind of how it goes. And then to everyone else who isn't a racist, they're like, it's obvious. It's like, what are you doing? You feel guilty about some shit, don't you? You feel guilty because of your ancestors. Like they apply presentism to everything. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my ancestors 200 years ago shouldn't have been racist, so I have to give up my money for reparations. Like
everybody's ancestors 200 years ago was racist.
Hey, I give you even 100 years ago was racist. Yeah. I love when I talk to people and they're like, "Oh, Hitler was a racist." I'm like, Hitler from you mean like 1920s and 30s? That guy was a racist? What are you talking about? Yeah, the Nazis were less racist than the British and the Americans. I mean, most people can't comprehend that.
Yeah, this is true. Hey, look, but I know one thing, okay? I watched the Olympic basketball game today, and it was USA versus Serbia, and it was black people versus white people. I mean, straight up, there was no black folks. There's no black folks in Serbia. Oh, that's it. I was like, I wonder if there's like 2 Negroes in Serbia.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think there are.
Like if I walked in Serbia today, you know what I'm saying? I wonder what they'd be like. They'd be like, "Oh shit, okay. Oh, somebody said that being a black person in Serbia was awesome." Okay,
Oh,
All right.
really?
Yeah, but this is according to the CIA. It says 83.3% of Serbia's population is ethnic Serb, which is white folks. Okay, Romani, Bosniak, and Hungarian. So
Those are all like Eastern European, distinctly white people.
Yeah. Yeah. So you will stand out if you're a black person in Serbia. It's kind of like when Samuel Jackson walked into that bar in Russia on damn secret invasion. Everybody's like, "Where the fuck this Negro come from?" I said, "Where the hell he come from?" Say, "Hey, look, bro, you stand out. You can't infiltrate that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You don't send a black guy to infiltrate."
Yes. So
you about to say something.
there's a couple things I got a couple stories I want to go over. One in particular we'll get out of the way because it's obvious and it's on the same line of thought that we're talking about, this corruption of American culture. And when you think America, what are like the top 3 things that are like, America, fuck yeah, right? What do you think?
Oh, you talking about America? Fuck yeah, that's good.
Yeah, like what do you think of that stereotypically American and like patriotic and hell yeah?
Okay. When I think America, I think fried food.
Okay.
Okay. I think overconsumption. Oh, I'm supposed to say good things, right?
Good things, yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay. So theoretically, when you think America, you think the land of opportunity. When you think of America, you think of a melting pot. All right. When you think of America, you think of family values. All right. That's what they're supposed to be built upon. And
see, I was
respecting
thinking,
your fellow man.
Motorcycles. And like, fuck all that nice stuff. Like I was thinking motorcycles, right? And motorcycles are fucking American and Harley Davidson, right? And so
well, I could have said like football. I could have said football. You think American think football.
So Harley Davidson has like some fucking woke goddamn fucking foreigner CEO. This guy sounds like a fucking this guy sounds like he's like a Norwegian Jew. CEO Jochen Zeitz. Okay.
Is this guy Sturgis? Is he at Sturgis?
I don't know. He's probably
Sturgis
not.
Is going on right now, isn't it?
Yes, and
is
like
Sturgis going on right now.
Yes, and so let me see. I got this video. I'm gonna play this. This should work, right?
Yes. Tell me
if you can hear it.
It's loading right now.
Oh man, fuck your commercial.
Well, I know. Can you hear the commercial? Because I definitely can't hear that.
Yeah, I could hear it.
That's not good then, because that means
can't hear shit.
No.
God damn it.
I'm not sure why. Well, what were you on? What were you on? Fox, Sturgis, woke.
Yep.
Sturgis woke. Let's see. And that was on Fox News, right?
Yep.
Here we go. I'm working on something here. Oh shit! How long was it? Was it 7 minutes?
Yeah, just the first couple of like 30 seconds you gotta play.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we're gonna let this commercial go by, but I'm gonna pull this up for everybody. The woke folks. Woke folks are at Sturgis now. Oh, block! Don't do that. Okay, here we go. Okay, good. God Almighty, it's got Taylor Swift up here. All right, here we go.
Sturgis, Lawrence, take it away. You have some people that have some questions for you.
I love that.
Mr. President, how you doing,
Lawrence?
Mr. President? We're live from Sturgis. Say hello to the so the people have some questions for you, Mr. President. I want to bring in Brett. He was talking about he has his daughter, his grandchildren now living with him, and he says
this ain't the fucking video I was watching earlier.
This ain't.
No, man.
Damn, I thought that was the one. Guys, we fucked that up.
Nah, there was another
Okay.
one, man. And fucking it was showing that like they have a Harley Davidson booth at Sturgis and nobody is there. Nobody was going to it. It was completely empty because that woke fucking foreigner Norwegian gay dude is fucking he totally wrecked the company. Totally wrecked the company. There's a video of him giving a speech where he's talking about how when he got to Harley, it wasn't sustainable. The company's not sustainable, motherfucker. These are motorcycles for hairy bikers. Okay, fuck you and your sustainability. God damn it! I fucking hate communists. I hate these fucking communists.
Come on, man. I mean, he's just trying to talk a little bit about sustainability. Send me the link for that so I can pull it up. Send me the link on that so I can pull it up on Telegram. I want people to be able to see this. So they got some context. We're gonna get this up for you guys. That way we can. Y'all got the context of what we got going on.
But yes, I'll find it here. You fucking just keep talking, like fill in the gaps while I'm fucking doing this. So
well, I mean, yeah. When you think about bikers and stuff, you don't think about anything that's woke, like at all. Like they drink beer and they talk shit and.
No, the woke people, they fucking ride motor scooters.
Yeah. The electric ones too.
Electric motor scooters, yes.
Yeah, it's got to be the electric ones. Yeah. With no petrol used except for making it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the only time they used it. Now, people tend to forget about that. That, you know, a lot of these places still have to use some form of quote unquote fossil fuel in order to make their particular product. But, you know, I'm not going to get into all that with them because that goes past, you know, their level of thinking. So, you know, you can't save everybody. That's what I found out. There's no way to do that. But if anybody's, I don't know if we've got anybody who's part of like a biker club or anything like that that's listening to us, but you know, that I would think that they would tend to lean more conservative in nature across the board. Wouldn't you think that, Corey?
Say that again. I'm fucking sending you this link.
Okay. Yeah. If anybody that's a biker, I would think they would tend to lean more towards conservative as opposed to anything else.
I think. Ooh.
You think so?
That's an interesting. That's an interesting statement. I don't know. I would have to say probably.
Mm-hmm.
So that video at about 45 seconds in, you can play it from there.
45 seconds in? Okay.
Yeah, jump about 45 seconds.
Here we go. Okay. And it's this white dude up here talking, right?
Right.
All right. Fair use. Who is this? Sale Daddy. 1. Fair use. All right. Don't come after us with no nonsense, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They'd be trying to strike your channel and stuff, man. You use like a couple seconds. So here we go. All right. So we got him up. We're going to let it play right now.
Yes. Are not exactly happy, my friends. You can see it here. This is the booth for Harley Davidson at Sturgis, completely and utterly empty, unlike last year. Last year, of course, these are all people working at the booth. Okay, this is a massive booth. This is just like zoomed in. Actually, if you zoom out, you got one. I guess you do have one person. I'm sorry. There's one person there. Last year, the entire place was full. This year, you got 2 people. Apparently, this is, as you can see here. There's no one else in the booth. This is ridiculously bad for Harley Davidson to have an entire like booth empty, like 2 people there. Apparently, a couple. It looks like, I guess. Last year, it was completely full of people, and this is in the middle of the day. Middle of the day, no one there. Like 10 employees standing around, no one to talk to. That's what's going on. It's very obvious the word has gotten out to those that attend Sturgis that Harley Davidson's gone just a little off the deep end, a little woke. We're talking about the CEO, of course. And now apparently a lot of people are talking about it on social media and also at Sturgis, talking amongst themselves. And some of them are just getting rid of their Harleys. Some of them, I mean,
No, I better pause this before he does strike us. So I like what you were saying. It looks like potentially that the CEO has went a little woke. Okay. And that's caused some backlash. And I know last year, I did a video on the Budweiser Bud Light stand, and it was completely empty out there.
Well, and as far as the wokeness goes, what is it you think that they were promoting? They were promoting post Pride Month stuff because I don't think they did the Pride Month directly, but recent Pride related things. And they had some kind of tranny do some shit. I don't remember. I don't really keep up with what trannies do. So
you don't.
Nah, not if I
that
can
ain't
help
your
it.
thing. Come on, man. And you need to be in with the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? You need to be in with the in crowd. You need to keep up with them. What type of shenanigans they got going on? Because it is all shenanigans. All right, it is all shenanigans. I guess these major like American companies, you think Budweiser, you think Harley, you think Coca-Cola and Pepsi kind of like steer clear of it. I'd seen something where they were asked, to do a couple promotions. They're like, we're just gonna sell drink. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. we're just gonna sell our product. We're gonna skip out on that.
Man, if Coke and Pepsi fucking went woke and did some shit and everyone boycotted, what would you fucking have to? You have to drink some like what RC cola or some bullshit. What would
you have to drink? Water. That's what you have to drink. I mean, Coca-Cola and Pepsi are like they're not monopolies, but you know what I'm saying? They have monopolized the market. They pretty much have bought every brand. So they've got their big hitters, and then they've got the stuff that they scrape off the bottom, and they call it RC Cola. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. So that's the stuff from the bottom of the barrel. And then what they do, like with beer, it's like, yeah, well, this is stuff. This is the muck at the bottom. We'll sell that to y'all. We'll call it Steel Reserve. That's what they do, man. They see that trash at the bottom. And look,
there can't be enough trash at the bottom to make a whole brand out of.
Yeah, it is, man. The boys in college. Oh my god, dude. The people that was in the art building, because I was a photography major, I went back there, and this was back when I was having to do darkroom stuff, and they were back there, and they had cases of Steel Reserve. They're like, hey, you want a beer? I'm like, oh, what you got? They're like, Steel Reserve. I'm like, no. I thought you asked me if I wanted a beer. I don't want whatever y'all are drinking. Steel Reserve is not a beer. That's something else, okay? That stuff is grotesque. I took a sip of one time. I was like, nah, I'm good. For me, nothing beat a cold, crisp Bud Light straight from the tap, 36 degrees. Boy, I mean, that was right on time. I had a long week of work, got off, went to a bar, got you something to eat, sat right out of the bar, got you that 36-degree big mug.
Yeah, I don't
drink no more. You know what I'm saying?
I've never been a drinker, really.
Well, I mean, that's I never said that drinking was not who I am. Who I was is just what I was doing, because everybody was drinking, so that's what we did. So it's just like when it was time for me to stop drinking, you know what I'm saying, to hang my shoes up per se and retire. I didn't have any problem doing it. You know what I'm saying? To have no DTs or nothing, because I don't know. I don't have an addictive personality. Let's just say that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Don't have a addictive personality. So it was all good there. But we're seeing a lot of these major companies run into roadblocks, and it's actually hurting their overall numbers, which is title of the show is a recession on the horizon, which we will get into at the end of the show. But you'd think that you would want to avoid that so you wouldn't hurt your numbers. That's what you would think. But obviously, they got to be getting subsidized on the back end.
So how do you know if you're in a recession if you are just perpetually broke?
Well, you see, that's what we're going to discuss. That's what we're going to discuss, Corey. That's what we're going to discuss right here at the end of the show, because it's just like, I mean, that's just what they're telling us. But I'm uncertain. But I don't want to jump the gun too soon. I want to talk about your You talked about somebody knocking up the nanny, and I'm gonna show you who it was. Okay, we're gonna show you who it was right here, and they're out there doing their jig. Okay, so let's see, we got him right here. Oh, you hear it? Here he is. There.
Show that big man. Show that big man.
Yeah, right here. Yeah. Oh, Doug, Kamala's husband. Yeah, Kamala's husband. He's the one that knocked up the nanny.
I saw that there was some talk about whether or not that was real or whether that was some story that was planted because he's really a homosexual.
Oh, dear God Almighty! You think it's that deep?
Well, Google that. It should come up.
Oh no, I got the article right here. I got the article right up here. Let's see. Yeah, Doug Emhoff admits to cheating on his first wife after bombshell report. He impregnated the nanny. So I mean, he was sloppy with his infidelity.
How old was the nanny? What I'm saying? And
let's see.
She had to be better looking than Kamala.
Oh no, I mean Kamala was a knockout back in the day now. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. First man, Kirsten and I went through some tough times on account of my actions. So I took responsibility in the years since. We've worked through things as a family and come out stronger on the other side. I love it when people make that generic statement like that they've worked on things. They came out stronger on the other side. So
these people really like to stay together for this or what?
Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure if Kamal and Doug Emhoff actually have sex. I don't think that's the case.
They don't.
Yeah. I legit don't think they do. Oh man, so let's see here. Let's see. So Emma, he had told Harris about the affair before they got married, okay? And that's what ended his relationship previously. Of course, he didn't deny the affair or the pregnancy at all when approached by Daily Mail. So he's saying that I knocked her up. You know what I'm saying? I knocked her up. Let's see. Okay, here we go. It said when she moved in 3 years ago, she was pregnant and said the baby was from a sperm donor. Okay. Oh, okay, I got you.
But so
yeah.
So he knocked her up and then she moved in.
Uh-huh.
And the baby was from a sperm donor.
Yeah, allegedly.
What?
Yeah, allegedly.
Women don't go to sperm donors. They go fuck some dude.
Doug, I don't know. Was it Ebony K? She just did the sperm donor thing. A black woman. She said she was telling other black women that if you can't find you a good black man, you know what I'm saying, a strong black man to have kids with, then maybe you should go the route of single motherhood and just go to the sperm donor.
It's just so weird that anybody would ever pick from a collection of sperm donors, considering that's some guys who have like such a low moral floor that they're willing to let some kids run around of their own for like jerking off in a cup for like $100. Like, what the fuck? Like, that single decision alone should disqualify you from ever being a father. Seriously. Like, fuck every single last one of those people. Those women who do that get what they deserve.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, those fucking cheap ass fucking hoes who fucking get knocked up and then go after the sperm donor for fucking child support. like they need to go to the gulags.
Oh, to the gulags. Okay. Okay, man. So send them right to the
That guy
gulags.
signed on the dotted line to jerk off in a cup for $100. Okay, you can't be going after him for no child support. It's ridiculous.
Hey, look.
Just go do some
times are tough.
OnlyFans like every other fucking struggling mother.
Hey, look. That it may seem like it's going to be a lucrative career, but then like when you're like one of the thousands that spread their butthole open for somebody on the internet and then don't get no money for it, kind of leaves a stain on your legacy. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get paid. It's just like
Well, they're not spreading the butthole on purpose, dude. They're showing the hoo-ha, and butthole is just incidental.
Are we sure about this? I mean,
yes, pretty sure.
I mean, I don't know for sure about this. You know what I'm saying? Okay. We'll take we'll take it at face value there. So Doug is the one who obviously he was a gigolo. He was back in his day. You know what I'm saying?
Is he a Jew and does he have money?
Imhoff, is that a Jewish name? I'm assuming
everything's a Jewish name.
He said absolutely everything's Jewish. Don't worry about it. It's got ties to the motherland. Is Israel the motherland?
Not for a bunch of white people.
Okay. Somebody said it was Ethiopia.
Odds are, I'd say statistically, you got a good, I'd say a good 80-20 chance there for sure.
Ethiopia.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Even for white folk.
No, fucking white folk. Fuck white folk. There should be no white folk in Ethiopia.
Oh man, so that should be the 83.3% black, right? In Ethiopia probably should be higher than that.
Yeah, way higher than that.
Should be 99.9. See a white dude crackle through, boy, they about to go get the damn sticks and the damn and the spears. I'm sorry, Ethiopia. I'm pretty sure y'all got some. They got running water and shit, don't they? Ethiopia got running water. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's racist.
Yeah, there's still places in Africa ain't got running water and shit, man. That's like crazy. It's like insane.
They live off the land, man. They're being they're thinking green.
No, I mean thinking green. I mean, okay, I guess I'll take it. I'll take it at face value. They're thinking green. My God. Were you about to say something?
No, I'm just sending you another link that we're gonna have to go over.
Oh, okay.
Here. So
okay.
This is I know that we like to tune in to the UFC on
for
on the numbered events, at least, not the fight nights and stuff, but we do the numbered events like once or twice a fucking month, but we ain't doing that no more because we got something new that we're going to be watching.
Oh, is that right?
That is absolutely 100% correct. Yeah, so you can just go ahead and play that video, and it will fill the audience in on what this new, amazing, thrilling sport is.
Okay, here we go, guys. Car Jitsu. This looks like it's going to be pretty tough. All right, so here we go.
Welcome to the Car Jitsu Championship Single Night Tournament. Tonight, 10 grapplers from all styles will compete in a single night double elimination jiu-jitsu tournament inside of a 2005 Toyota Scion. These competitors are prepared to lay it all on the line using every inch of the car and all of its accoutrements. The winner of this tournament becomes the first ever Car Jitsu Championship intermediate champion. Taking a look at the bracket, you'll see that we have 8 competitors and 2.
I can't do it, man. You got the Car Jitsu, man. Is this real?
This is real. I guess it's real. I mean,
this ain't BS, is it? Is this BS? This is real. Car jitsu is the extreme sport you didn't know you needed.
Bro, keep playing it, man. They choke dudes out with seatbelts and
This
shit.
is a double elimination tournament, which means each competitor must lose 2 matches to be removed from competition. Now let's take a look at our first quarterfinal matchup. We're taking a look now at Rusty Merrill. Rusty's our first competitor tonight. He's an MMA fighter, a jiu-jitsu practitioner, a slap fighter, and a lifetime martial artist. He goes by the nickname Outlaw, and he loves to test himself. Merrill has decided to throw his hat into the ring tonight at Car Jitsu Championship, and I, for one, cannot wait to see him compete.
Yeah, fast forward. I want to see some of this match.
One of the first opponents in our Car Jitsu tournament tonight. Rusty, tell us a little bit about your
I don't think you see anything. Oh, here we go. Huh?
They have no bearing on the outcome. It takes a submission to win the round at Car Jitsu Championship. If the
let's go forward.
And wrapped it around the neck of Zach, who has now escaped, and Zach is into the back seat with Rusty's shoulder strap around his throat. Rusty is in a bad place here, and now the rear naked choke attempt. This is a little bit of a mistake here. The headrest is going to prohibit the choke from sinking, and also now Rusty is in a neck crank, which isn't going to be effective with that seat back in the way. Zach Moore cranking on the neck, but just enough space here for Rusty to get out of the driver's seat, and it looks like he's going to try to join Zach in the back seat.
It's not a Toyota Scion, it's just a Scion.
He grabs a front headlock and steps in. Rusty does come from a jiu-jitsu and martial arts background. He is going to try to maintain top control. Of course, Zach's going to reach for a leg and try to secure a takedown for top position. There he goes now.
A takedown? What are you talking about? I'm securing a takedown.
Car Jitsu Championship.
Why is that dude bald except for his mullet?
The round must be won by submission. Any points scored during the rise, you can see some condensation inside the windows. Nice little, at this point, kind of a lackluster first round here. We're in the back seat. There's a power struggle, but not a lot of attempts here. Zach Moore just kind of meatheading out of the back seat, looking to get back into the front seat.
Let's go to the second round. That's round one replay. The second round. Do you start strapped into the seat? Is this okay? So it looks like you start where you're actually strapped into your seat with a seatbelt on, and it says go. You gotta get out and get it. All right.
Round 2. Rusty's out of his seat quickly, right into the lap of Zach. He's going to hold Zach into the driver's seat and try to secure mount. He's also back to that seatbelt, wanting to choke Zach Moore with the seatbelt. It's going to be easier said than done, but at this point, Zach is in a horrible position. The seatbelt is across his throat, and he is almost mounted. Now he's got his arm through, but this is definitely a power struggle for the seatbelt. No points scored for Outlaw. If he could get his right knee to touch the seat, he would receive some point scoring for the seasonal leaderboard. But at this point, it looks like he's just trying to finish his opponent. Zach's in a tough spot here. He's not quite in the choke yet, but the seatbelt is everywhere, and Zach wants out of that seat. And then he takes the back of Rusty. Now he's in a bad spot here. Rusty is in deep, deep trouble and a possible rear naked choke finish. And there it is. First quarterfinal match. Winner, Zach.
Okay. There's no way that should be a thing.
Well, I don't think the power slap should be a thing either. It's like, hey, let's see how many people we can, strike into a seizure this season on power slap.
Well, I mean,
except the midgets. The midgets can slap away because they can't hit hard enough to really do any damage, but it's hilarious to watch.
Well, you see, they already did something similar to that, which I thought was a little bit more interesting, which was phone booth boxing.
Oh yes,
so
yes.
It stuck each other in a phone booth, and it said, "All right, throw hands. It's like you have no other choice but to get hit there. All right, so there's just nowhere. There's no fainting or nothing. You just get hit.
To me, these are all ridiculous. Other than UFC, the only other fight sport there should be is that women's fighting where they slap each other on the ass. You've seen that, right? They do that in the octagon. Have you seen that? That's the shit right there. That and UFC are the only combat sports that should exist.
Okay, all right. So while we're on the topic of combat sports, Alex Pereira, he's been accused. He's been Me Too.
You mean he got touched?
No, he's been Me Too. So that means that some girl said that he took advantage of her. I got the girl right up here.
If you fuck more than like 5 dudes a year, like you shouldn't be able to say you got Me Too by anybody.
Is that the limit?
That's pretty. Yeah, that's even kind of high right there. Maybe 3.
It's like that's what we're gonna go with. It's like, oh my goodness, that's pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up here. Now she's gonna. Hey, now look, I'm not saying that she's innocent. And this actually happened. I'm not saying her is guilty or any of that.
Well, hang on a second. Let's just analyze our photos here, right? So here we have a video that's about to play. She's wearing a zip-up hoodie, right? But she's obviously not wearing a shirt underneath. She has one shoulder hanging out. She's not feeling overly like the need to cover up, like she's ashamed, like something like that happened. So I'm calling BS right from the jump.
Okay. Man's calling BS right from the jump. All right, so here we go. We're gonna let it play.
With him was to ask me to help him put it in. I tried to put it in, but I was nervous, so I couldn't. So he did it, and he put it in my ass, and then he assaulted me.
What?
Afterwards, he got up. He took a shower. I laid in bed, just kind of like disassociated, not even really like realizing what had just happened. I'm scared as fuck, and I don't know if I can use the shower, and I'm scared to ask him. So I just go to the bathroom and I sit on the toilet for a few minutes while I literally bleed. I come back to bed after going to the bathroom. He kisses me on the forehead and he spoons me to sleep. His translator and my friend came in the next morning, woke us up. I get dressed. They get us an Uber. We go back to our hotel, pack up our stuff. And that's it. That's what happened. I
go back to the very beginning.
And I don't really like.
Yeah, I don't care what else you have to say. Go play the very beginning again.
Okay.
I was with him. Was to ask me to help him put it in. I tried to put it in, but I was nervous, so I couldn't. So he did it.
All right, pause
and
right
he
there.
put it in my ass, and then he assaulted.
Okay. You can go ahead.
I'm confused. So he asked for some help to stick it in, and she was nervous, but she tried and she couldn't. But let me rephrase that. She tried and she couldn't, right? She tried to stick it in and she couldn't because she was nervous. So what the fuck is this hoe talking about? Trying to ruin this man's life when she tried to stick it in and couldn't because she was nervous. And things that just don't get stuck in the ass, okay? There's some major pushback if you try to do that, okay? There's some major pushback. It doesn't just go in, okay?
That's what I was thinking. I was sitting there.
Hey, bitch, you're lying, okay? You're lying.
I was just sitting there thinking, I was like, hold on. So he asked to help him stick it in. He was nervous, so she couldn't. So he just plunged right in the butthole. I mean, that's not
a mistake that people make. No, it's not a mistake people make.
There's a lot of build up to that.
And so what is UFC ain't going to do nothing, are they? They're like, fuck this bitch. Or have they said anything?
I'm assuming they're not. You know what I'm saying? And some people were up here saying, if she got taken advantage of, why not just go to the police? Why go to TikTok? That you got to go to the court of public opinion first. That's the first thing you got to go to. So she actually made like a 9-minute video and an 11-minute video. I mean, it's just like she made long videos, but I know that anything can happen at any time. I don't know if Alex Pereira actually slept with this girl. It actually seems
if a judge said to her,
like they're gonna be killed.
If a judge said to her, "Okay, we're going to find him guilty and put him in jail, but we're taking away all of your TikTok and YouTube views," I think she would be like, "No."
Time that I was with him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's just like,
look, ain't nobody raping that mid ass at all.
Yeah, so this is her right here.
Look at them. She got some fat hips. Nobody's raping that.
Is that what it's coming down to? It said it's coming down to the fat hips. Come on, cuz.
Bro, look at the purple hair, dude. It's like sending a signal to stay away.
Yeah, so I mean, he's been put on the radar. And the thing is that, I mean, stuff like this could ruin somebody's career, ruin how they're viewed. Like I said, I'm not saying that that he committed the crime or that he didn't commit the crime. We don't know, but it just seems a little sus. That's all I'm saying about how this particular event went down. Because she kind of was like, I mean, they won't know lube use or nothing, so probably your anal cavity would have major tearing if you're not actually careful with that particular endeavor. So that's why I'm like,
she's full of shit.
You probably shouldn't be able to sit right now, if you want me to be honest.
She's full of shit. She's just fucking full of shit. It's obvious she's full of shit. I don't buy any of these Me Too allegations ever. Period. Some opportunistic hoes out there trying to get paid.
Yep. There's no doubt about that. So we're gonna jump into our final topic, which is the name of the show. Okay, Recession on the Horizon. All right.
Oh, you didn't want to talk about Horizon. You didn't want to talk about influencer poop masks. Okay, never mind.
We can. We'll save influencer poop mask for next week. We'll do poop mask first. We'll do guys next week. I mean, make sure you're here at the beginning, so we talk about influencer poop mask. It's gonna be a doozy. So as we all know, this past week, the stock market took a substantial hit. All right, took a substantial hit. Dow, Nasdaq plummeted. It started with a sell-off in Japan. They said it was the biggest one-day drop, 12.4%, since the Black Monday meltdown in 1987. Do you remember Black Monday?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. They act like that was a bad day for folks, the Black Monday meltdown. But they said that they've got that they had this this sell-off all of a sudden because recession fears are looming. Now, Corey, they say recession fears are looming. Have we not been in a constant recession for like 4 years?
I don't know. Shit's been sucking for a long time since they printed all that money. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what I'm really trying to figure out, because I mean, if you go and you look around, people are not doing that well right now overall. There's a lot of stuff that's being propped up by credit cards, by Afterpay, buy now, pay later, and so it can make it seem like the economy was doing well when it really hasn't. It never recovered from when they shut it down back in 2020. They tried to put out that fake stuff where they were giving away money and so it looked like people had plenty of money in their pockets. The problem is that you've got supply and demand. So if nobody's there actually making the product, and then you just give people money, then that's where you run into issues as far as production and having enough of the product. So the product ends up going up. Supply and demand. Does that even matter anymore?
On some fundamental level.
Yeah, I would figure it would. I figure it would, but that's not the way people acted back in 2020. They're just like, oh yeah, it's just like it's like GM. They're like, yeah, we'll stop making cars for 4 months. Won't have any issues at all. It's just like, dog.
So,
I mean,
when it comes to the car market in particular, which is a good indicator of the economy overall, it seemed like prices got driven up big time with used cars, new cars, because it was chip shortage, supply chain issues, motherfucking boats getting stuck in the Panama Canal, like dumb fucking shit like that, which wrecked everybody on purpose, right? And now it seems as though, and it seems like they got to a point where like American trucks, the F-150 was going for like $150,000 fucking dollars. Like, how the fuck is that even possible? Who the fuck is buying these trucks for 150 grand other than like governments who are using taxpayer money to do it, right? So now I'm seeing that there's this one guy I watch who owns a car dealership. He does YouTube videos a couple times a week, and he's like, the sky is falling as far as cars go. Like car prices are falling to where they can't even give them away. Are you seeing that at all?
Well, okay, so the used car market is still kind of inflated. Okay. And the reason that it is now, right now, they're as far as GM brands, they're flooded with trucks. There's no doubt about that. Like your Silverados, they're actually flooded with those. But people are actually more in the market for your midsize SUVs, which have become harder to obtain. So the actual used car market is still a little bit inflated, and of course, as we know with the interest rates are a little bit higher. The interest rate should have never been at 2%, 1%, 0%. Like they should have never been there. You know what I'm saying? Because that causes chaos once that happens. As we see in with the housing market. Like when they talk about recession, I'm just like, guys, like, has anybody looked at how much a house is? Like, you're like, you know what? So I've been renting for a while. I was like, let me go buy a house. You look out there, it's like a new build. It's like $300,000. You're like, what's your monthly payment on $300,000? Couple grand?
Probably 2,900, 2,800, something like that.
Yeah. So, is that feasible? Like, is it just? I mean, you're gonna have like both people at your house. Like, hopefully, you're gonna have you, and then you'll have your significant other. You'll both need to be working. You'll both have to not have fucked up at any point in time as far as credit card debt, overbearing student loan debt, and you're gonna be house poor.
Yeah,
more than likely. At $2,800 a month.
So, is there any upside to that other than potential long-term stability in as far as being able to settle in? Because renting a place, most people don't rent places long-term. You know, it seems as though as rents go up in when rent season goes up, what you have is you have them raising rents on people who've been there a long time, who would pay a significantly lower amount than the asking amount for a new person moving in. You know, like we were in our apartment in Denver for a year and a half, and because we had signed like an 18-monther when we got there, but you could tell that they were kind of forcing us out by raising our rent by like over $200. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's not feasible if you're trying to plan to be somewhere for like 5 or 10 years. You know what I mean?
Right. Me and my girlfriend have lived in our 1-bedroom apartment for 9 years now.
Same place?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, same place, and our rent has went up $200 in 9 years.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, and this particular, like, it's not. We're not in like a bad area, but it tends to be one of the lower places for rent, even for 2 bedrooms. 2 bedrooms is still under $1,000, a little bit under 1,000. But that's why you can't get in here. Like, you go look at their site, there's no availability, and there never will be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just because it's like the cheapest place to live. It's not like the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So, but then you look, if there's something you want to get into, you might be looking at like townhouses and things of that nature. You're still going to be paying 200 grand. Whereas before we had those low interest rates, you could get a townhouse for like 130. You know what I'm saying? 130,000. And the townhouses were a significant size. I mean, you're talking about 1,500, 1,800 square foot. So a pretty substantial size townhouse. So they talk about was a recession looming? It's like, well, if we look out here at this market, what can people actually afford? Not much. People can't actually afford really anything unless you're doing a bunch of side hustles and things of that nature. People haven't really been able to afford anything for a while. Right there in 2020, whenever they were giving out that extra cash, it seemed like people were able to afford things. They weren't having to pay rent. Hey, God, how long did the rent moratorium go? It's almost 2 years in some states. In California.
Talk about devastating.
Dude, if you were a small landlord, but you got wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you had a current mortgage on the place. And here's the thing, like, people had the money for the rent. That was the thing. Like, people had the money because the government was giving them the money. I mean, that was the whole premise. I mean, people were taking home, $3,000, $4,000 a month. Where at that job they was making $2,000. It's like, hold on a second. So you got the money for rent. They say, yeah, but the rent moratorium was up. The electricity bill, as far as utility moratorium. So, dude, people were making off scot-free. So, I mean, eventually, all this, you have to pay for it eventually. But, and this has happened right here recently as far as the stock market, talking about the fear of the recession. But when you hear them say that, you're just like, things haven't been good for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying? Probably the last time things were optimal would be 2019. So it's been 5 years.
Mm-hmm. So in 2018, 2019, I lived in Las Vegas. I had a big 2-story, 4-bedroom house, and it was just me and my buddy Daniel splitting it. Our rent was only $1,750.
Mm-hmm.
Today, I live in a house that's smaller than that one, and I have 3 roommates in order to cover the bills here in this house. So yeah,
in order to cover everything, yeah,
it's ridiculous. So
yeah, like if you're not teaming up with people right now, dude, you're get devastated. Like, you need to be making some money.
I'd need to be making an extra $1,000 a month for me to have my own place. Really, basically, is what it comes down to. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've got to be doing pretty damn well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's tough. I don't know what the what's the average rent as far as apartments. Let's say 2-bedroom over there where you're at. I know here in North Carolina, as far as in Eastern North Carolina, rent on a 2-bedroom, you're looking anywhere between $1,200 to $1,400. $1,200, $1,400.
Here you're probably closer to 15. 16, depending on your neighborhood. If you get something closer to downtown, like within a mile of downtown, you're looking at like closer to $2,000 a month, I'm sure. But at the same token, you can rent a house for about We got our place for about $2,500 a month, and so we're right next to the college. We're literally walking distance to the college, to the university.
Okay. So you right next to where everything's happening.
Yeah, and our well, no, because we're on the south side. We moved about a mile further away from downtown. Really, the heart of this place is the downtown area. That's where really the all the awesome businesses are, and the live music, and all the pubs and all that stuff. And but it's been summertime, so the college has been let out. Where it's about to let back in, and so it's always fun when the school lets back in before the snow comes. We get about a month or two before the snow comes. Once the college lets back in, where this town is pretty awesome. So,
okay.
But yeah, it's expensive
before
as
you
fuck.
get buried.
Yeah,
before you get buried in snow.
it's expensive as shit to live here overall.
Right. Yeah. So I'm actually in a college town as well. So of course, being in North Carolina, it's a little bit different, but yeah, I've seen some of the places, and one of the things that I've always talked about as far as the way that things are set up, as far as our housing and things of that nature, so these major developers go in and they buy up the land and they build a bunch of houses, and they build all of them the same. It's like, okay, I mean, that's all good and well, but you're building 3-4 bedroom houses that are 1,500, 1,800, 2,400 square feet. It's like, I don't need that. So where's the 1,000 square foot houses?
Right.
You're saying for somebody who wants, I just want 1,000 square foot house. Can I do that? Well, in the neighborhood, the comps have to be the same. You know what I'm saying? That's that whole thing. Well, everybody has to be the same in the neighborhood. I'm like there's no individuality. Like when you look at these places. Now, townhouses, of course, it will make sense for them to be uniform with the way they're set up. But when you've got these subdivisions, it's just got the houses in them. All of them are pretty much cookie cutter, exactly the same.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, I want a little individuality, and I don't need all that space. So you think I could buy less land and, build me a house that's 1,100, 1,200 square foot? They're like, no, can't do that. We've already got a house built for you. It's a 2,200 square foot, and that'd be $450,000. You're like,
it seems like if you want to do something like that, you need to go somewhere kind of rural. Right now, the cheapest place in the country to buy a house is in West Virginia, and it's beautiful out there. But there's a lot of broke ass poor motherfuckers out there too.
Yeah, that's the whole premise. So you have to always be walking that fine line in between. Okay, I want to go as cheap as possible, but now depending on if you work, where you work, how far are you away from work? So now if I move 30, 40 minutes away from work, okay, so I've got that commute every single day. Is that commute worth it? Of course, you got to take into account gas and also maintenance to your vehicle, because now that you're putting extra miles on your vehicle, it is going to retrospectively need more maintenance. So you have to take that into account as well. So sometimes if you actually compare the cost, it's like, I'm not really saving that much. You know what I'm saying? If you're somebody who has to commute for work, I know people who work in the Raleigh area, and they commute all the way from where I'm at. That's like an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes one way. So you're talking about 3 hours worth of driving a day. I mean, if you hit it in the daytime traffic or the right after work traffic, then you're gonna have a little bit of a traffic jam. So I saved on the house, but damn, you know what I'm saying? Am I saving on life? I'm wasting most of my life away driving. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, and so that's the things that people have to look more and more into over these past 4 years, trying to debate, okay, well, if I do spend this extra $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on this house, will it even out? Because if I move too far away, now I'm missing out on time. Say if you have kids or things of that nature, I get back in the house at 9 o'clock. And so there's this push and pull as far as things not really being affordable overall in a particular area that you're trying to work at. And so I think that's kind of hurting everybody as well. Of course, we know groceries. I mean, my God, dude. Well, you get about five. You get 5 bags, and that's $100. You know, 5 grocery bags.
Not even 5.
That's a skin.
3.
Yes. I mean, it don't take a whole lot. I went in there. I don't do a lot of grocery shopping myself. My girlfriend does most of it, but every once in a while when I do walk in the grocery store, I was like, let me go over here and look at the cereal. I'm like, and the cereal like $6 a box. I'm like, that's retarded, man.
You can save a lot of money by buying things like your grocery bag, like your garbage bags and your spray cleaners and toilet paper and all that kind of stuff at the fucking Dollar Tree. At Dollar Tree will save you a ton of money. And then you can get other things, you can get I like to buy some fucking candy there, and you can buy all that kind of shit there too. But if you're like poor on like food stamps and stuff, like you can save a ton of money by doing a lot of your shopping at stores like Dollar Tree and Dollar Store and stuff like that, for sure.
Right.
And it's kind of sad that we're kind of driven to that in modern day American society, richest country in the world, and all that stuff.
Yeah, it is. It is a little sad, isn't it? It is a little sad. That's kind of came to that. So yeah, the recession. Is it on the horizon, or has it always been here? Of course, they felt like the Federal Reserve was moving too slow and cutting interest rates. If you want me to be honest, you don't need to cut interest rates because that's going to cause another craze. If they cut interest rates, but the housing market, it'll be fully cooked then. I'm just letting you know, it'll be fully cooked. If they cut them down to 4%, where you get a 4% as far as mortgage, the $300,000 house will be $500,000.
Well, historically, when they start to cut rates again, they do it in very small increments. So what is it at today? 6 and change or something?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, they would drop to like 6 and then maybe 5.75, like something like that. They're not going to do a multi-point cut, period. They shouldn't do any cut at all, if you ask me. Let this whole system fall apart.
Right. And when we say let the system fall apart, shouldn't it have already fell apart?
Yep.
Like it should have fell apart 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Yes.
I mean, if you want to be honest,
it should have fallen apart at any time.
At it,
yeah, and at any time after going off the gold standard. So
so it's just like the question is, can it? And what would be the final nail in the coffin if it did? I don't even know. I thought I've seen the final nail.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I thought adding $6 trillion worth of debt with one swipe of the pen in 2020 would have did it. I was like, 6 trillion? That's like today? Like, okay. I'm like, I'm just waiting for it just to be like, hey, your money's now no good. Now, I don't know what we do from there. I have no clue. If they just wake up one day and say, ain't none of your money's no good across the board. What does that look like after that?
I don't know, but I recommend studying Germany, Weimar Germany, when you had to take a wheelbarrow full of money to go buy a loaf of bread. So I don't know if we'll see that because, they keep pulling their fucking banker tricks to avoid that. So who knows? Who knows what they're going to do?
The quantitative easing, isn't that what they call it?
Yeah, they might print like their own government crypto and say, "Oh, we just printed our own," and it just so happens to be worth $10 trillion.
Yes. It just so happens to be. Well, they need more than that. What we 36 trillion in debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like an unfathomable number. Yeah, that's an unfathomable number. Like literally. That's a number that will never be
That's
paid.
like we're each on the hook for like $100,000 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you look at that and you're like, does that not signal collapse? That we would be 36 trillion in debt. But when you say you're 36 trillion in debt, you're in 36 trillion in debt to who?
The Jews.
The Fed. Man, so there it is. It said we're 36 trillion in debt to the Jews. Mm-hmm. So they talk about this recession on the horizon. I believe that it's already been here. Of course, they're going to continue to try to gaslight us and say that things are just as good or better than they've ever been, which we know that's a lie. Okay, we know that we definitely know that's a lie. And so, if Trump were to get in, we see if there's anything he could do to turn the ship around. Kamala, she says that she can turn the ship around. That'd be the first thing that she would do. I'm not sure why she's not trying to do any of that right now, seeing how she's currently in there. I thought maybe that there might be something like when she gets up there and she's like, "Yeah, man, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fight inflation." It's like, well, you could have been doing that like right now. Like that's something you could have been working on currently. I mean, like when I hear people say, I'm like, you know that you're in office, like right now, like maybe they don't know. You know what I'm saying, man? Well, I'm not. That's not my thing. I'm not allowed to. I'm supposed to be the border czar. Oh, I'm sorry, not the border czar. They're saying that's not what she was. Foreign relations, foreign affairs, and just border person. Not czar per se, but I did go down there and check some things out sometime. But I can't do anything as far as inflation because I'm not the president. But as soon as I become president, I will do everything I can to fight inflation. And so, whether you believe that or not is your thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Trump can do anything to help it. I think we're just screwed on that aspect. Like shit's high and like shit's gonna be high. What you think, Corey?
Well, here's the thing. At some point in time, if a collapse does occur, whether real estate or whatnot, prices have to come down. The problem that you might suffer is rapid deflation, which is a problem because in a situation with rapid deflation, what you have is where prices fall to the point where businesses can't support themselves. And so then you're fucked. Then you're fucked. When fucking box of Twinkies falls to 25 cents. They ain't gonna be able to make no Twinkies no more.
It's a Twinkie lifesaver. Twinkie lifesaver.
Exactly.
So my goodness.
So it might here's the thing with deflation. With deflation, it seems good at first. Everyone's like, "Oh, this is a win" at first, but then the repercussions are very negative. So
right, gotcha. So it has to be an even balance. A balance within the force, per se. As Corey has Star Wars Sucks down there at the bottom of his screen. We do appreciate that. So yeah, that's this week's Beyond the Cube. Let us know y'all thoughts in the comment section below. Recession. Is inflation transitory or Gemus? I'm gonna get that name right one day. But it's not today. We appreciate everybody who was watched us across all platforms. We're on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, and on Twitter. We appreciate y'all. We will be bringing this every Thursday. We will get to a Showtime with the Cube as soon as Corey watches Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay, he's well on his way to getting there. I feel like this weekend may be a good weekend.
Okay,
what you think, Corey?
The point. I get the hint.
Okay. It may be a good weekend, so we'll be bringing that to y'all, and we'll let you know when we're going to be live streaming that particular event. We appreciate everybody for checking us out. Make sure you following us. Make sure you follow Corey, bloodyhistory.substack. If you want, this man knows his shit. Get his book, JFK Aficionado. He's that guy. Okay, so go buy his book. Buy me a coffee still, right, Corey? And yes. Amazon?
Yep, Amazon.
Okay, yeah, so buy me a coffee and Amazon still as well. Make sure you're checking us out on Sundays, day 0. Okay, and for all my stuff, go to xq420.com. You'll be able to find everything there. Appreciate everybody. We will catch y'all next week on Beyond the Cube. Peace out.